push this.
Welcome, Vikings fans. This is the FullSkol podcast.
Let's go!
What have we got here? What have we here? Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby.
Yeesh.
All things are once again right in the universe.
Absolutely.
Had to go bust
So
out
happy
the
to be
old
right.
horns. Oh, yes. Never been so happy to be wrong. I'll put him back on where he belongs. I think I shall change him.
As we've talked about in this season, it's just been a roller coaster season, and now we're back up on the high.
Yeah,
We're just
absolutely.
down on a very, very low. And we've
Working our way back up.
So hopefully, I'm hoping we're not going back down, but I can say fairly confidently, and there wasn't too much chicanery, that if we can beat Detroit, who's supposed to be one of the best teams in the league, we should be able to beat anybody.
Who can we not beat? Yeah, I mean, who can't we beat? I guess, yeah. Oh, I had to go again. Number 9. That's my favorite jersey, the winter whiteout. This will be what they will be wearing on Christmas Day. Number 9 against his Detroit Lions, the team that he grew up rooting for, living in Michigan, a Michigan boy, going to Michigan, being a freaking GOAT at the University of Michigan. Comes in there and just puts it on him. I mean, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say put it on him. Like, his stats aren't putting it on him. I mean, he played long enough to win the game.
Yeah. 14 of 25, 143 yards. It's not great, but 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. First player in NFL history to have 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing in 2 of his first 3 NFL starts. Did it against the Bears, did it against the Lions. Of course, the Atlanta game, he got hurt. Did he play the whole game? I don't even remember if he played the whole game on week 2 or not, or if he came out. I think maybe he played the whole game, but he was definitely hurt going into that, coming out of that game. But anyway, yeah, I mean, he played. I don't think that JJ McCarthy is going to be the, what did Sam Darnold do this weekend? 4 touchdowns, 360 some yards, ridiculous. That's not, and that's the same. So that's the same thing that they said about him coming out of Michigan, is that, he doesn't do all this. But we just beat the Detroit Lions, who everybody was saying is going to run away with this division, the best, maybe the best team in the NFC. They're on a roll, all this kind of stuff. Who's going to beat them in their house? 143 yards, 2 passing, 1 rushing. It's enough to get the dub. I don't care if he threw for 90 yards. I could care less what the numbers look like. And I promise you that JJ McCarthy could care less about what the stats look like. And everybody in that locker room could care less about JJ McCarthy's numbers, as long as they come out of Ford Field with the dub, which is like, I mean, I didn't see it coming. I mean, yeah, deep down, of course, as my fandom, I always want them to win, always. And even when I pick them for a lose, it hurts me to my core. But it's still, at the same time, though, you try to be realistic. I don't want this to be just we've talked about, just a homer podcast where we win every game and, all this kind of stuff. I still want to be a football fan. And going into that, obviously, a lot of question marks, because how's he going to come off the injury? It's been 7 weeks. He looked terrible against the Falcons the last game that he played. He had 3 terrible quarters against the Bears, and then he finished strong with 1 good quarter. So it's like 1 out of 8 quarters, he was good going into this game. Sunday was, night and day difference. That's I think what KOC envisioned. That's what they've expected. And that's the 3rd NFL start. Okay, yeah, he's been here 2 years, but it's his 3rd NFL start. Like, he goes into Ford Field and beats the 9.5-point favored Detroit Lions, who, they weren't at the top of the division, but they're still, everybody had them ranked, top 5 in the league in the league, not in the division, in the league, and he goes in there and shows them. What can you say? What can you say? The kid's got moxie. The kid's got heart.
Lost in the state of Michigan.
He's never lost in the state of Michigan. Yeah, and he won't. I mean, and we won't. He won't play again in Michigan until next year. Well, unless somehow we meet him in the playoffs in Detroit. But I mean, who's to say we don't have home field? You know, I mean,
well, I mean, I feel like we are in a hole. I mean, the NFC North is tight right now because thankfully, obviously, we beat Detroit and Green Bay lost to Cincinnati.
No, to the Panthers.
Carolina.
The Panthers.
The even worse are kitties.
Well, but they're 5-4. Carolina's 5-4.
Yeah, that's true.
They're actually playing. I mean, Vince Young,
better record than we do.
Yeah, Vince Young, he's playing. Yeah, exactly. Of course they have one more win because they have one more game. They haven't had their bye yet. But anyways, but still, yeah, I mean, definitely a game that the perennial, here come the Packers, the definitely the cream of the crop in the NFC North and the NFC again, top tier in the NFC overall. I don't know what they were favored by, but it was a lot. I think it was almost double digits. And and they went down. So, and they only scored 13 points or something, or 10 points or something ridiculous. They lost 16-13, I think. Yeah, with the field goal there at the end. But so I mean that was amazing. We can look into that in our let's head up north segment.
Head up north.
Yeah.
One thing I would say is all the. We may have been guilty of it too, but all the talk about, Carson Wentz and, should KSC have pulled him? And, I never really believed it was a soft benching. I never believed that for one instant. And just reinforcing my KOC we trust, he had a game plan. And I think he was really frustrated. You could see him frustrated every time he got interviewed with it. And to his credit, he kind of stuck to his guns, and he was getting it. He's like, in his whole philosophy of systems fail young quarterbacks, and I think he legitimately thought, I'm not throwing this kid to the wolves. He's not ready yet. Wentz is getting destroyed, and that sucks. But if I put him in, and the risk of, and even putting in Max Brosmer, because he's not ready for that heat yet either, then that okay, he gets destroyed, he gets hurt. Now you got to put JJ in, and you don't have anybody else. Now your quarterback room is empty. It was too big of a risk. And there's probably, without hearing him say it, and he kind of said it, Carson Wentz, was basically hey, I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew what I was signing up for.
Yeah,
and, I'll do whatever I need to do to help this team win. And I think there's a big element of him telling Kevin O'Connell, hey, I can go in. Yeah, I'm hurt. I got it. We'll get it. Let's just get through this game. I don't think either of them in that moment thought they had a chance to win. But it's let's just survive and get out of here, and then JJ will be ready next week. But
I don't know. It's hard to speculate exactly. I mean, a lot of people are he failed him because he was in so much pain. You got to take him out, whether he says he's good to go or not. I mean, as a competitor, of course we're going to say that. I mean, I know all too well. Obviously not at that level, but no, I can play. Yeah, I can play. But at some point, it's his ability, his physical ability, whether it was a non-throwing arm or not. I mean, the dude was crazy in pain. Now, of course, all those prime Thursday night cameras all over him, showing him laying on the ground wincing. Kevin O'Connell doesn't see him laying on the ground wincing. He's focused on the next play and the defense and what they're doing. He's not staring out at the field, looking at his quarterback's face and saying, oh man, he looks like he's in a lot of pain. You know what I mean? So, and if you go off the medical staff and what Carson Wentz is saying, of course he's going to say, I want to keep going because he's a competitor. Carson is just a flat out competitor. So I'll give him that. I mean, I don't know. At some point, I would have still liked to see Max Brosmer because he didn't have it. And just purely, hey man, let's give the kid a shot. I know you're in a lot of pain, and I can tell it's it's kind of suffering your play is. So let's give this kid a shot, and then we'll go on from there. But here nor there, I guess at this point, Carson Wentz is done for the season. He, like you said, he knew what he was doing. He called it, hey, I'm good to go. And then when he wasn't, he was like, I'm done. I got to get my surgery. I'm out. And now it's the JJ McCarthy era. So like I said, 14 of 25. It's not great. 143 yards. The interception was definitely a bad throw. I don't know that I thought it was simultaneous. It could kind of go either way.
I didn't like that call,
Yeah.
just because the ball touched the ground. It's the same thing. Like they didn't give us catches now for 2 games that
Yeah.
were similar to that, and it
Yeah.
was very similar to what's his nuts with Kansas City that they gave him the catch.
Kelsey.
So it's just like that's what I don't like about it is the
Yeah.
inconsistency.
Inconsistency. Yeah.
That kind of a play happens and the ball's on the ground, ball hits the ground, but they have control. It's like. Because I don't feel like that defender got control till after that ball hit the ground, in which case the ball should have been dead. That was an incomplete pass, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just got to be okay. If it touches the ground, this is what we're going to do. It's just going to be incomplete from here on out. Okay, if you call it the same way, it's just like in baseball. If the umpire, and I umpire little league baseball, and it's like if I'm giving them the inside corner, then I got to consistently give them the inside corner the whole game. And I don't really know from game to game where exactly if am I going to give them more of the outside, the inside, and so just call it the same. So if one time it's a catch, next time it's not. If it hits the ground, it's incomplete. How about that? And then then everybody knows the rules. Quit moving the goalposts. That's the way it is. And then it's not that much for interpretation. Yeah, it hit the ground. Whether it's a catch or not, you can't because then it's subjective. Then it's like, well, this guy had one and then this guy didn't. So I know a lot that you want. I mean, part of me wants to be like, no, because it's circumstantial and if his hands underneath it. But at the same time, though, I don't want it to be up for discussion. I don't want them to be able to say, okay, it was good for you, but not for us, because it usually bites us in the ass from what I can tell. So it's just like hits the ground, incomplete, end of story. That's not a catch. And
I get that, but my biggest with this particular ruling, my biggest problem with it is just that it was reviewed. I mean, like they saw it, and like I get like you can use the ground. Like if you have control and you hit the ground, then I mean that's a catch in my opinion. But the defender didn't have control of it yet. Like he kind of stripped it. He took it as they were going down. But if you look, like he never had full control over it. It was like kind of bobbling in his hands when that thing hit the ground, and then he scooped it in. It's like once that, like, that's not. I don't know. But neither here nor there. We kind of got a makeup call. A little. I don't know if I want to call it a makeup call. Kind of was. To be fair, one call I didn't agree with was the roughing the passer on JJ McCarthy. Like I don't think that was roughing.
I don't think it was either, but I guess by the letter of the law, when they asked Blandino about it or whoever it was that was in the booth there, he's like, he didn't try to go to the side. He went straight on him, chest on him, and he landed on him. I don't think that he landed. He didn't. It didn't look like he tried to brace his fall and not land on him. You know what I mean? I don't think he just drove him into the ground, but he definitely did not hit him in the shoulder. His head was straight on with his chest. So, I mean, I can see that as well. I mean, did we really need that? I don't even think we really even needed it. I mean, yeah, we'll take it, but I mean, I agree with that too. It's kind of like, yeah, because if it was the other way around, I'd have been livid. That is not roughing the passer. You know what I'm saying? So, it can't be, oh, okay, well, that was good for us because it worked for us, because then we're just hypocrites, because how can you call that there and not on there? So just call it the same, which, with all the talk
we did
about,
have a sack that was similar to that, and he did, like, as he looked almost exactly, came right up the gut. He hit him, but on his way down, he like rolled off to the side.
Yeah,
kind of sounded like what they're talking about.
Eric Wilson, that was Eric Wilson. Yeah, right at the middle.
Yeah, I mean that's like.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's hard.
Those defenders have to do now to not get the flag thrown on them when they touch the quarterback. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's insane. And it happens so fast. You know what I mean? Like, how do you? I remember a couple of years ago when they really started kind of implementing all this stuff. You can't put your full weight on and stuff like that. And Harry was like, it's hard. Like, how do you it's kind of like the targeting.
All your momentum going. Like, what are you gonna do?
When a player, you're going low to try to hit a quarterback that's running and they slide and you end up hitting them in the head. I was trying to go low before they slid. You know what I mean? Like it's a tough deal, but
or like a helmet to helmet when both players go down.
Exactly.
I wasn't aiming for his head.
I'm trying to
down on my shoulder. to
Yeah.
hit him in the midsection. He went
He
down,
comes
and we
down.
hit helmet to
Yeah.
helmet. And
Yeah.
then
It's
I get a helmet to
incidental.
helmet
Yeah.
penalty.
It's
Like,
not, that's not on me. Yeah.
it's not
So,
targeting. I didn't target him.
no. Yeah, exactly.
It's like
Um,
incidental, but I get it. But what I
yeah.
want to say though, like that, like our pass rush was so much better than it has been,
Oh
and
my
our
goodness.
defense definitely helped McCarthy win that game by keeping us in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And
100%.
you like the Gink effect is real, dude. Like that stats.
Yeah. Yeah.
He garners so much attention that it
Yeah.
creates opportunities for other defensemen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I saw. Like,
I thought it said we had 6 sacks, but this says 5. 5 team sacks, 1 for Blake Cashman, 2 no, I take that back. 1 for Javon Hargrave, 2 for Eric Wilson up the middle. That was
that's a big game.
huge. 1 for Jalen Redmond and 1 for Levi Drake Rodriguez, which was his first, I believe, of his career, his first sacks. But Blake Cashman had a game, dude. Blake Cashman had 14 total sacks, 6 totals, 1 tackle for loss. He was all over the place, number 51. I think Blake Cashman is the green dot. I think he's like middle linebacker, like sets the defense and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, no, it was unbelievable. And then, of course, you got to talk about Price with the punt returns and the kick returns.
Dude, we got returned
number 1.
for sure, dude.
Yeah. And then the stupid holding penalty, which would took him to the house. But he had 164 total receiving kickoff return yards, 5 carries for 164 yards, an average of 32.8 on his return. So I mean, that was where they talk about all 3 phases. That was
for sure.
That was it. Jordan Addison. Nobody had a great day on the receiving end. Jordan Addison, 2 catches for 48 yards. Justin Jefferson, 6 catches for 47 yards with a touchdown. Aaron Jones, 2 for 20. Jalen Naylor, 1 for 16, which was the biggest catch of the day. TJ Hawkinson, 2 for 11. And Jordan Mason, 1 for 1. With, of course, TJ had a touchdown in there as well. Aaron Jones got bumped, hit a little bit, got banged up a little bit, but apparently he's kind of okay. He's good. He's good to go. He had 9 carries for 70 yards, but he got knocked out, I think, in the third.
He was looking good. He was looking better than
Yeah,
he
he
has in a
looked
while.
he looked really good. He averaged 8.7 yards in a carry. Well, he's just getting back because he's been hurt for most of the season. Jordan Mason, 10 carries for 36, so not very good at all there, 3.6. Jordan Addison had the 1 carry for 16 yards, and then JJ ran. He had 9 carries for 12 yards, which because a lot of those were negative or whatever. I think he took a couple sacks, but he had like the 9-yard touchdown run, but 2 touchdowns and an interception. So, as far as the just the statistical side of it, it definitely wasn't like this huge play. I mean, receiving yards, nobody had more than, what did I say? Nobody had more than 50 yards. It was 48 and a 47, Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. So, but we find a way to win. So, I don't know that anybody's saying anything about it at all. Nobody's complaining, hey, I didn't get my yards, which is what I love about this team. They don't have a Stephon Diggs like we've had in the past, or Metcalf, or I don't know if Metcalf cries for the ball or not, but or Tyreek Hill, give me the ball, kind of stuff. So I think that they're, it seemed to me, we talked about it in our last episode where I made the comment or something to the effect of, I just don't feel like it's the same chemistry that we've had in the last couple of years since KOC has been here. And another podcast, Vikings podcast, Purple Daily, who, I'm kind of like you. I know some podcasts don't want to talk about other podcasts, but I know you said it multiple times that what is it? High tides, all ships rise, or something like that, or
tide rises, all ships. I don't mind talking about other
yeah, exactly. But Purple Daily brought that up too. Is there trouble in the locker room kind of stuff? And they said the same thing. They were bringing up, is there, what's going on? It doesn't have the same chemistry. And I'm like, that's what I just said. That's what I said. You guys are stealing from me. Why are you watching my podcast and not giving me my?
Maybe they're the seventh or the 6th people watching.
Yeah, exactly. No, and you're not giving me any credit. I give you credit, Purple Daily. No, but I think that, like you had mentioned earlier, that KOC's gotten tired of the talking, and he even said it today. I don't know if you watched his X's and O's with PA, which I love every Tuesday. PA has them on X's and O's, it's called, and it's on his 9 to noon K-Fan program that he has KOC come on for like 20, 25 minutes, and they talk about it and stuff like that. And KOC mentioned it. He's like, I've just been kind of tired of talking about it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And so now I feel like they've kind of, it's so weird because we're 9 weeks in, 8 games for us in, and it feels like we're just kind of getting started because finally we have McCarthy is there. He's showing us what we got. The offensive line is coming together. Christian Darrisaw played the whole game last game. Like I said, Van Ginkel was back on defense, which was humongous. And he didn't even really have what did Gink have? He had some pressures, I think, but I know he didn't get a sack. He had three tackles, 3 tackles, 1 solo, and 1 tackle for a loss. 1 quarterback hit, but it wasn't a sack. But just him being there, it just changed everything. And they did not run the ball to save their lives. They had nothing. This whole Sonic and Knuckles going to run all over us. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, 11 carries for 40 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 carries for 25 yards, a 3.6 and a 2.8 respectively, or not respectively. That's trash. That's garbage yardage, to be honest. Jared Goff, 284, 25 for 37, but that's only averages 7.7 yards a play, so in the air. So it's not like they just went off, and
that one big play at the end of the game. We're just like,
this is where he pushed off. Did you see the OPI on that? Where he pushed off on Isaiah Rodgers? But yeah, and it would have been nice. It would have been nice.
Made a career out of doing that.
Yeah, it would have been nice. We had a chance to really put that game away when was it Addison that got down to the 2 or 4 or something like that, and then we weren't able to punch it in. So definitely, we could have been better in the red zone.
We definitely could have been better across the board. JJ has improvement. Some of those passes. But there was a lot that was like, dude, lead your receivers. Like, guys have to stop and turn around. Like, there was multiple plays that if he hit his guys in stride, like, those are positive plays. They go for even more, maybe even score. Like, there was quite a few of those. But that'll come too. Like, I'm not dogging on him too much. But he did have some accuracy issues. It's like you got to lead your receivers. When you just compared McCarthy to oh my God,
Sam Darnold.
Detroit. No.
Jared Goff. Yeah.
Jared Goff. Looking how he, where he's throwing to an empty spot in the field where the receiver is going to be. Like, that's something that McCarthy isn't really doing. He's still playing catch. Like, he's still playing to the receiver.
Yeah.
Not like.
Yeah. He's not throwing them open, and they talked about that. Yeah.
He's throwing 2 guys, not throwing 2 open and letting the guy go get it.
Yeah, he's not throwing them open. There's definitely when he misses, it's behind him, which obviously there was the the interception was because it was behind him. If he puts it out in front of him, but he also had some great touch passes. The great touch pass to JJ in the end zone,
beautiful.
Yeah, one to Aaron Jones, I think, over a rushing linebacker when he hit him for that little screen and stuff like that. Or maybe it was Mason. I think it was Aaron Jones in the first half.
Both one to Anderson and Speedy, where they just kind of turn around like, there it is. Like
nice. Exactly. The ball's already there. Yeah, for sure.
He's like, the other thing we have to keep in mind is that McCarthy is young too, and I've been saying this. It's like everybody is just expecting him to be Tom Brady right out of the gate, and it's like he's not going to be that. Why are we measuring this poor kid as all or nothing right out of the gate? I heard it said, and I agree, that was the highest pressure regular season game.
No doubt. Yeah,
all eyes were on him to see what he was going to do. Like, I feel like he passed with flying colors. Like, I thought, very with.
Well, and before the season started, there was, some people that were saying, is who's in a better spot than JJ McCarthy, the young quarterback coming in last year. Of course, they said, what rookie is going to the best spot, and it was by far JJ McCarthy. Of course, he wasn't able to play last year. But, when they were talking about this offseason, about all the pressure that he's feeling, I'm thinking, no way, no way. But then, when you think about it, that's true, though, because we just won 14 games last year. And so the team is pretty much still intact for the most part. If anything, we should be even a little bit better with the offensive line things that we made. Of course, we haven't really had that offensive line. Now, reports are early this week that we will have 5 of 5, the original intended starting 5 on the offensive line, with our nose tackle coming back, Ryan Kelly coming back this week off of concussion protocol. So, we're peaking at the right time. Here we are, our 9th game, week 10, and we're just getting people back that have been, not playing, and so they should be fresh as far as just regular bumps and bruises. Now they're coming off injuries, so maybe the concussion's not really an injury; it's just getting his head right, literally. But so the future just looks so good because it's finally it's starting to feel kind of like me, like it's finally starting to get to a point where it's like, okay, now we're halfway through the season and we're just now starting to click. And so what better way, to ramp up from here going forward and hit this thing pulling away when it comes time to the end of the season. So I feel great about it. I preemptive. I was telling you, I went to the old Book of Faces there Saturday or early Sunday morning about congratulating all my Detroit Lion friends about their 52-9, beat down of my Vikings, all this kind of stuff. And my cousin, one Andrew Bravo, puts on there, I'm officially revoking your fan card. And so I messaged in private. I'm like, dude, it's a preemptive strike. So when we win, I can light them up. And that's exactly what I did when we won. And I'm talking about crickets, my friend. There is no chatter, none whatsoever. They didn't want to poke the beast for sure. And I've kind of let it slide. It's unfortunate that I haven't been working the last couple of days because I've been out of town. I took some days off at the end of last week to hunt. And then I took yesterday and the day off to do some stuff with my brother. And anyway, and so I wasn't able to go to work yesterday morning and just rub it in. So when I get to work tomorrow morning, the fact that they didn't hear me for 2 days, they're going to hear me at work tomorrow. All these Detroit fans, what's so crazy is that yesterday throughout the day, Sunday night and yesterday, I was able to spend some time with my youngest son, Joel. And I was like, dude, we won. We beat the Lions in Detroit, dude. We I kept trying to pinch myself, like Sunday night. I'm like, dude, we won. So I was out Sunday. I was doing some stuff with my brother and these young guys and stuff. We were kind of around town and we were at Costco and stuff like that. And I was wearing my, my jersey, my JJ McCarthy jersey, which is interesting around here because he's from Michigan and people love him. People love JJ McCarthy here because he brought him a national title. So I definitely got some grace. They're like, oh, Vikings, yeah. And they're like, JJ, I got to give it to you, dude. Like, I love JJ. I love JJ. So it's kind of it's very interesting because I'm getting that, oh, I hate that. But, man, I got to love JJ. And it overrides their fandom almost of the Lions. And rightly so, because most of these people, like I was talking to one guy at Costco, and he sat down and was eating his hot dog and stuff around next to me. And I was just sitting there watching the game and on my phone. And he was like, dude, you got to give it to us. They've been trashed my entire life. And I'm like, no, you're right. You're exactly right. And I've said it before. It's not so much that Detroit is good. It's the fact that the fans are ridiculous. The fans just absolutely kill it for me.
The reason they love JJ McCarthy is because he's done what the Lions can't. He has given that state a championship.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. They love him.
How are you not a JJ McCarthy fan? And it had to have hurt.
Well, if you're a state fan,
going to a division level like that sucks.
Yeah.
Like if he had gone played for the Browns or even somebody else in the NFC, whatever. But no, he played.
For the Vikings.
That kind of that.
I mean, I guess if they're a big enough fan, it might be, well, we get to see him twice a year, and I like JJ McCarthy. How many times I had, I hope he does great. I just don't want the Vikings to win. You know what I mean? Like there's
Right.
definitely
Well,
a
that's
conflict
usually a
of
fantasy football thing.
yeah. Well, it's just more of I'm such a big Michigan fan because the Michigan, like you said, the Michigan fandom here is probably a lot bigger than the Lions because the Lions have been trash. I mean, for yours and my whole lifetime, except for the last 2 or 3 years. So, it's not that I don't like Detroit because I've all like we've talked about it. We always kind of secretly rooted for them in the
Yeah, for
back, and
sure.
when we were playing for us because Barry Sanders was amazing, Megatron was amazing, all these things. But the fact that the fans have no idea how to win and how to be good fans because you've won a little bit, like as much garbage as you're talking, like really, dude, like 2 years and now all of a sudden you guys are just it. Like, come on, dude, just come on. So
I do feel like, and maybe we'll be wrong when it happens. Maybe we'll turn into dickbags. I don't know, but like when it's our turn, I think because of the lifetime trauma of being good but not good enough, I don't think any of us are going to be cocky enough
yeah, no, yeah,
until we see somebody in purple actually holding that trophy. Because
yeah,
up until
exactly,
that
yeah.
point, we're used
We
to
got
us
nothing.
pissing it
Yeah,
away. So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
this last
No,
game
yeah,
is a perfect example. I texted the group and I'm like, we're up by 10, but why
yeah,
do I feel like we're playing from behind?
yeah,
Like this,
yeah,
like I literally, and then all of a sudden they
yeah,
hit that big touchdown. I'm like, here we go.
yeah,
This is like, I can
yeah.
totally see
Yeah,
this
I
game
did too. I'm
getting
like, "Here, this is how
taken
we're
from
gonna
us.
lose this game right here." I'm like, if we don't like in that last series, I'm like, if we don't get this first down, I'm like, here we go. We're not gonna get this first down. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna run the ball. They're running the ball. We're gonna punt it away. Oh, we'll let the defense hold, and then they're gonna hit Jameer Gibbs over the top, or Montgomery's just gonna break one loose. We're gonna miss all our tackles. They're gonna run in for a touchdown. And they're gonna win this game, and I'm gonna be like, and then I'm already thinking of well, I can say you barely beat us and stuff like that. You're supposed to beat us so badly and you barely did. But
Right.
yeah, but no, I mean it, and that's the difference. I believe that's the difference with JJ McCarthy. That's what he brings. KOC has the balls now, and he has the belief in him to where he can call that play action and hit Speedy. And he checked to that play. I do believe that he checked to that because he saw Speedy had the one-on-one. He's like, I'm going to give him a chance. It's the only time he threw to him all day. No, because the interception was to Speedy that was behind him. So, but I mean, it was the only catch that he made all day for 16 yards, and it sealed the game. So, yeah, no, I don't foresee it like you said until we win a Lombardi. Because I'd be so scared even if we make the NFC Championship or
Even
if
just
we,
playing in the Super Bowl is going to be
yeah,
like the most uneasy because
yeah,
the
yeah,
pressure.
100%,
There's only
yeah,
one other team that's going to feel the pressure and that would be the Bills if they ever play in a
yeah,
Super Bowl because we're
yeah.
tied for the most Super Bowl losses. So
Mhm.
there's that pressure of like, if we fucking lose this,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to be
We go
alone
0-5 at 0-5.
we're going to be
Yeah,
alone at the losingest team in
yeah.
NFL at Super Bowl
And
history.
then for
Like
the rest of this and that next season, that's all we'll hear.
that's all you'll
That's
hear.
all we'll
That's
hear.
all
It don't
all
matter
you'll
what our
hear until
record
we
is.
win one.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we come out and win 10 straight. It'll be like, yeah, but you can't win. But you can't win the big one. You're 0-5. You're
Mhm.
0-5. And then what do you
What do you say? We can't?
Yep. I mean, you're right. And I mean, all you can do is lean into that at that point and be like, you know what? Yep, you're exactly right. Tell me something I don't know. That's the only response. Tell me something I don't know. You don't think I know that? But there's no, all it does is just
Usually,
curdle your blood.
that's usually my response when someone
Yeah.
tells me
Yeah.
how
Tell me
bad,
something I don't
how
know.
we don't have, oh, this is the Vikings trophy room or whatever. It's like, yeah, you don't think I know that? Like
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
team. You don't think
Exactly.
I know we haven't won one?
Yeah.
I don't really need to be
Yeah.
reminded that.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
well aware
Yeah.
of how many we
Yeah.
haven't won. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
I mean,
basketball.
we gotta get there first. We're 4-4. I mean, but the future's bright. And again, like we talked about last week, or what I was saying was that I just want JJ to finish this season. I want him to play every game. And so that's a great start. And obviously to win, I mean, that's huge. That's a huge win. And talk about momentum and just belief and all of these things. It was huge for the whole program, for chaos, for everybody involved. But we're still 4-4. There's still a lot of football left, and I mean, we've kind of dug a hole to where if we keep winning, but everybody else kind of keeps winning, it's it may be too late.
We have a tough schedule, but
Yeah.
everybody in the North has a tough schedule.
Yeah, we play each
Like
other.
because we have to play the East, the AFC East, or is it NFC East?
No, it's AFC,
AFC
Baltimore and the
Yeah.
Giants.
So, I mean, it's tough. Like we
Commanders.
all
Well,
have
the
tough
Commanders are
schedules,
NFC,
so
but
we still have to. I agree. Like we're getting healthy at the right time. It
Mhm.
would really be nice to see 2 games back to back
Yeah.
to
And we're home.
really
We're home.
to really boost confidence because, like I
Mhm.
said, it's the season's been this, right? Like it's
Yeah,
just
one
been
one up, one down, one up, one down, one up, one down.
right.
Yeah,
Well, let's put 2 wins back to back and like get
yeah,
something rolling here.
yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah,
I like
yeah,
JJ's mentality. I like how he controls the locker room. His like after KOC's speech, and he
yeah,
had him bring them together. He's like, streets.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He's like, yeah. What did he say? Dogs in the street. Yeah. Just,
Fucking
I
dog
mean,
in the streets. He's like,
yeah.
"Ooh."
He's
He
something
was
else.
fired up.
Yeah, you can see the youth in that. You can see his immaturity.
Hmm.
But did you see? I'm sure that you probably saw that before the game. He's 2 hours out on the field and he's like meditating and stuff on the
Hmm.
field. Getting it, visualizing stuff. And I've always said that. About to my boys and when I've coached and stuff like that. Visualize what you're going to do. And I used to do that playing basketball. I'd visualize what I would do. Michael talks about that. Kobe would talk about that. I don't not the meditation part of it, but visualize what you're doing. Visualize how the game's going to go. And so that way, when it happens, Michael used to talk about that a lot. When it happens, it's not a surprise when this happens. When I played baseball, when I coached baseball, I want you every time. I used to tell Jaden every time that pitch is going, you need to expect that ball is coming to you, so you're ready, and you need to want it. So that's where I think JJ, he's starting to visualize this, the speed of it, and they talked about, what did Aiden Hutchinson do? He didn't have a sack, I don't think. What did they have for
But he didn't. I don't think he had a sack.
I don't think he had much of a game at all. And here he's supposed to be the $180 million man.
I think he had a sack. I'm pretty
Um,
sure he got to
I'm about to
McCarthy once or
find
twice
out.
because the announcers are talking about how they were teammates.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and he's like, I just want to give him a light hug. And there was one of those hits. He's like, that was a little more than a light hug. So he
Aiden
definitely got to him.
Hutchinson, 1 sack. Yep.
Yeah.
So they had 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they had 5 sacks as well. Okay. Yeah. So he did have one. Hutch had 2 tackles, 2 solos, 1 sack, and 1 tackle for a loss. But
Decent
the,
game.
the sack and probably tackle for a loss, is that the same thing? Probably not. It must be one
No.
of each. Yeah, it's one of each. So not a terrible game, but definitely not. He didn't
Marquee what he's doing.
dominate. Yeah, I don't remember. And JJ did take a sack or 2 that were bad, like on third down. I remember one specifically. Like I said, I watched like the first quarter, then I had to leave. So I was watching on my phone, I was in and out, and it was, buffering.
There
And
was
I'm
one
here.
sack that almost wasn't a sack, and he only got the sack because he like barely touched him as McCarthy was
Oh,
rolling
yeah.
out of the pocket and
Then he
just kind of
lost
lost
his
his balance.
balance, kind of.
And,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and the fact he like brushed his shoe, he ended up getting credit
yeah,
for that sack. But
yeah.
he doesn't lose his balance, and he runs for a first down, if not more.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, wide
when
open,
he
or he
rolled out of
throws
that
it. Yeah.
pressure, he had nothing but green in front of him. But then he got ahead of
There was
himself,
a
tripped over his own feet, basically.
There was a play too in the first quarter where he rolled out to his left, going on the TV screen left to right, where he was looking to pass, looking to pass, looking to pass, and I'm like, just go, just go. Like there was room, just run. Don't try to make that play downfield. That's where I think that the maturity is still going to kind of have to come in. Like, okay, yeah, maybe look downfield to start, but then after that, tuck that thing and take off. You're athletic enough, you can see it enough to go and get 10 or 12 or 15 yards. Now, on the touchdown run, obviously he didn't. I mean, that wasn't a designed run. That was, coverage, and he just took off because he got out of there and okay, it's wide open. And once he tucked it, he was gone. He wasn't looking to try to throw that in the end zone. It was, I'm getting this into the house. So there's still some things that he needs to clean up and grow with. But what better tape to watch than that? I mean, all this week. I think we talked about it last week that KOC was saying that we have 8 weeks now of like Sunday games. They're on the road and they're at home, but they're Sunday games, mostly 1:00 games on the East Coast. I think we have a 4:00 game against somebody coming up, and then we have like a Sunday night game, I think. But all that to say that we have just a regular week. We have a regular week, whether it's a 4:00 game or a 7:00 game. We don't have a Thursday. We don't have a Monday night and then a short week.
Playing in
Yeah,
Ireland.
yeah. We have regular Sunday games. The timing, whatever, but we're gonna get Monday rehab, Tuesday off, Wednesday practice, Thursday practice, Friday practice. And if we travel, we're traveling on Saturday. If we're home, obviously, then we're home. So it's not, that, and he mentions that like 8 weeks in a row of that. So kind of looking at the schedule, of course, we have the Ravens at home. I'm in the East Coast. I know, Minnesota fans there, you guys are in Central Time. I'm on Eastern Time. So for me, my time's 1:00, obviously noon kickoff at the US Bank. But we have 2 games at home, the Ravens and then the Bears at home, which, in 2 weeks, November 16th. That's opening gun hunter weekend. That one I might be watching in the blind, honestly. And then
that's this weekend here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you guys are getting snow or something this weekend, possibly.
Yeah, there's a chance
for
snow,
yeah.
Depends
Yeah,
on
there's
where
a
in state
chance.
you're at.
There's some snow forecasted for here too on this coming Sunday into Monday. But so we have 2 games at home, 1:00 game, 1:00 game, Ravens and the Bears, and then we go to Lambeau, 1:00 game again the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and then the Seahawks in Seattle. That's a 4:05 game. That's going to be the the game of the day or whatever.
Everybody's gonna be home.
So we'll have 2 home games, 2 away games, and then the Commies come to Minnesota, which it looks like Jaden Daniels might be out for the year, dislocated or broke his arm or something like that. Marcus Mariota is their backup. So I mean that coming to Minnesota, that's another 1:00 game, and then we play the Cowboys Sunday night on the 14th. So it's still a 7-day turnaround, and anything you just have more of a time. So all that to say that they should be able to get in a good rhythm. They should be able to get their keep their momentum going. They can have their regular schedule. All of these things, people can get healthy. People are getting healthy, and so looking ahead, it feels great. I feel like we're just it's right
realistically
there
at this point. If we can find ourselves in a wild card spot, that's a win. That's like better than we thought as the season started to progress and how things kind of unfolded. So if we can kind of escape with a wild card and get in and then see where we go, but yeah, we're in a little bit of a hole for.
I don't know. There's still. We're only we're only one game behind. All 3 of them.
Yeah.
We'll go head up north.
Let's head north.
Let's head up north. Okay.
Up north.
So, of course, the Packers lost to, like we talked about, they lost to the Carolina Panthers.
There was much rejoicing. Yay.
Much rejoicing in Weeville or Mudville. Was it Mighty Casey struck out? Much crying. So the Packers lost. So they're 5-2. They lead in the division. 5-2-1. 5-2-1. Let me forget the 1. And so that puts them at the lead because they have 1 less loss than the Lions, who are at 5-3, obviously lost. The Bears, who won, they're at 5-3, and then we're at 4-4. So really, we're just 1 game behind them. As far as wins and losses. So I don't know who's on buys. 8 games. We all have 8 games, so we must have all already had our bye because we all have the exact same amount of games. So, and this is week 10 because some teams are like the Panthers are 5-4. So, we play the Ravens. The Packers play the Eagles now in Lambeau. So, cross your fingers on that one. That the Eagles. That's Monday night. That's Monday night, November 10th.
Panthers could be beat them in Lambeau, so why can't the Eagles beat them?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, and they should. And then the Lions go to Washington to play the Commanders. Like who said, is Jaden Daniels is knocked out, so that's a 4:25 game on Sunday. That's probably a win for the Lions. So that could be the swing by Tuesday morning, by late Monday night. The Lions could be in first place, and of course, then we'll really hear it. But whatever, good for you. Beat the commies. Okay, we're gonna do it too. The Giants, who have been playing well, they play the Bears at home. The Giants are 2-7, so the Giants are not playing very well. I thought they were better than that.
Playing better than I think they're playing better than their record.
Yeah. So, and the Bears are the Bears. The Bears can still bear. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, the Bears can still bear. So that's where we're at. We're still last in the NFC. It definitely doesn't feel like it this week.
NFC North,
After that, NFC North. After that, when we are 2-0 in the division, the Lions are 0-2. The Packers are 0-1, or the Packers are 1-0, 1-1. The Packers are 1-1. I think their tie was to a divisional foe. Let me see here. Who have the Packers lost to? They lost to the Panthers. They beat the Steelers. They beat the Bengals. They tied with the Cowboys. They lost. Oh, they beat the Lions. Oh, that was preseason. Or no, that was the first game of the season. So the Packers are 1-0 in the division. The Lions are 0-2. The Bears are 0-1. I believe they've only lost to us in the division. We're the only division game that they've played. Oh no, the Lions smashed them too. Actually, the Bears started 0-2 with losses to us and the Lions. So the Lions are 1-1 and the Bears are 0-2. The Packers are 1-0 and we are 2-0 in the division. Now, only time that comes into play is in the tiebreakers, which the way this race is going, you never know. It could come down to that. It could, there could be a tie at the top at the end. And so far, we've got the tiebreakers. So, yeah,
we're 2-0. Chicago's 0-2. Detroit's 1-2. Yeah, like I said, and then Green Bay's only played one division. They're 1-0 in the division. So.
Yeah. So there's still a chance. I mean, there's still if this is the beginning of what we hope, obviously, one game does not, oh yeah, he's the greatest. No, like you said, there's things that he needs to clean up. There's the passes that he can do better. There's decisions that he can do better. But was it a huge step in the right direction? 100%. I mean, 1,000%. Has our faith in him going forward, for me, risen as high as it's ever been? Of course it has. And
I think that the team needed it. I think the fans needed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this wasn't like he played one quarter out of 4. Like
he played a complete game. Yeah.
He had highlights in each quarter. He had some lowlights in each quarter. Like it was good, but it was a good team win. And I mean, that's the thing. We have the defense. That Brian Flores defense was looking great. Got Gink back. And like we've been saying, like he's a difference maker. And even if he's not the one getting all the sacks, like he draws the attention, he draws the respect, and that just makes the rest of the defense better.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That stat was crazy. When he's in, we lead the league in pass rush, and when he's not in, we're like almost dead last. Like he's that impactful player. It's crazy. It's one of the craziest stats I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
For an individual. Well, that's the state of the North. That's going up north.
Yeah.
You ready to show
me the money? Show me the money has not changed. There is no cash out for JJ McCarthy as MVP has been suspended. And
hold on. Can we talk about that for a second, though? It's been suspended, so that means they can start it back up again? Because what happens if he just goes on a fucking...
Of course they can. I mean, it's still an open bet, so they can offer, if it looks like he's going to do anything, they can definitely offer a payout, which is, when we've talked about this in the past, I guess maybe we didn't explain that, is that, when I say show me the money, we talk about where our bets are at. That's the payout that they're offering on, said $100 we put on the Vikings to win the Super Bowl, which pays $3,100 at the beginning of the season. The payout was like $10. They're willing to give us $10 on our $100 return, saying, there's still a chance. Now it just shows nothing, which is weird because it doesn't. I mean, it should say at least that there is no cash out, but there's just nothing. There's just nothing there. So we did not really put any money on this. I put $5 on a touchdown parlay that was like across a bunch of games, and I missed it by one. So it was $5 to win 75 or something like that. So it was Justin Jefferson.
We decided we just can't bet on the Vikings.
We just can't bet on the
So I
Vikings.
think we just
anymore.
gotta keep betting on them.
Yeah, I put $5 on a Justin Jefferson touchdown, an Aston Genty touchdown, and a Xavier Worthy touchdown, and I got 2 of the 3. $5 would have won 77, but not necessarily a Minnesota bet. But I thought that was kind of an easy, multi-game parlay, touchdown parlay.
That we didn't, because I have a feeling we would have gotten burned on the yardage.
Oh, 100%.
The players that got touchdowns, I think we like Hawkinson. He's at Detroit. We would have picked Hawkinson, a Justin Jefferson, a JJ McCarthy anytime.
Yeah, nobody even got 50 yards, and we would have at least picked 50 yards for sure.
We probably had Jefferson for 75 or something, right?
Yeah,
and just
80,
we would have gotten screwed by not getting the yards. So
yeah, for sure.
It's a good thing we didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's your show me the money. There is no money. And on that note, the Vikings did not show anybody else the money today. Today at 4 p.m. Eastern was the trade deadline. And the Vikings did not move. And I believe this is the first year since the Kwesi Kevin O'Connor regime that we have not made a move at the trade deadline. So they were focused on what they have.
Maybe another veteran quarterback.
I kind of thought we would too, but I don't know how that works going forward. You can't get a trade. So if
it's just somebody that you got to find yourself a Kurt Warner.
Somebody that's
somebody
just laying around, and they just bring them in off of waivers, or teams as they're going down the stretch release people. Then it's not a trade. It's just we picking them up off of waivers. So if something like that, I think it was like Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones last year, that wasn't a trade. That was we just picked him up because he was on waivers, and we paid him $1 million or something like that to come and sit on the bench. And then we ended up getting a pick out of that because we were able to trade him away at the end of the year or whatever. And when he went somewhere else, and then we got a comp pick out of that.
We can help you out a little bit, and we'll be able to get some.
We get a comp pick out of it. That we can
win-win.
Yeah, and that we can use as
Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
Dan Jones has high praise for KOC.
Yeah.
And JJ McCarthy. He's like, man, when I saw how JJ McCarthy works, I was like, I need to put more effort in.
Yeah, for sure.
Not counting last week, he's been playing pretty good.
Yeah. And all the talking heads, of course, are talking about that, that the Vikings definitely made a mistake in doing this and that. Yeah, no, it all comes back to in KOC we trust. In KOC we trust. If he knows what he had in those other guys, he knows exactly what he had in Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones. And Sam Darnold, okay, yeah, whatever. He started 18 for 18, 340 some yards or whatever, 80 some yards, 4 touchdowns in the first half. He didn't do much in the second half. I don't know if they pulled him or what, but yeah, he had great numbers for us too. And then when it mattered, he laid 2 eggs. He became a chicken and laid 2 eggs.
And also, like the narrative is like, oh, we just let them walk. No, we gave them contracts. They got better contracts.
We offered them.
We just weren't going to match it or beat it because, we have a whole other team to look at. Like, we can't sacrifice. Like, we can't give you that contract because that's going to hurt our future.
Yeah,
like, we can't do that.
And we have this great rookie.
KOC's kind of always been like, go get paid. Like. Whatever.
Go get
what,
bring you in, revitalize your career. I mean, look what he did to Sam Darnold. He revitalized his career. Nobody gave him much, and then now they're praising him because
going to go down as the GOAT in getting quarterbacks paid.
You know what's so
they just have to brush up against him and they get paid.
Yeah, exactly. He's Midas, dude. He's Midas of quarterbacks. King Midas. We just start calling him King Midas. He what's so insane to me, and it shouldn't be. I don't know why I get surprised by it, is that last year everybody Sam Darnold You got to show us. There's no history. He's the this, he's that. And then at the end of the season, yep, exactly. We told you he was. And now, of course, Minnesota messed up. Rex Ryan, dude. I would like to punch him right in his throat. Right there, right in his throat.
White, no, right here, right? His big, oversized white teeth.
Yeah, dude, and it's just like, of course they made a mistake. You can't let him walk, dude. Last year you crucified this dude because he is nothing. He's always been nothing. Okay, yeah, he's been playing great, and then when they lost, yeah, and then when they lost, exactly. Yep, I told you. I tried to tell you. I know what I'm talking about. And now you're saying, of course, Minnesota messed up by letting him go. If he was still there and we were winning all these games, you would be saying the same thing. Nope. Yeah. Let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. You see what happened at the end of last season. Let's wait and see until it really matters. Yeah. No, I am perfectly fine with JJ McCarthy, dude.
Those announcers are just reactionary.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We need some eggheads, some nerds to like go back like 20 years of everybody's like preseason predictions and just show us their percentage rate of how often, because I guarantee you they're almost all of them are wrong.
Yeah.
Unless you're just always picking like the Chiefs and shit, taking the easy way out when you got dynasty or picking the Patriots or something stupid like that. But it's like, dude, you guys, you think you don't know any more than I do. But the coach who actually works with these people inside and out and knows, I trust my coach.
Yeah.
Until I don't. I mean, I think that's fair because, like, we had Childers and we had, fathead Danny Green and, we've had some not Tice. We've had some not great coaches over the years. It's like, in Tice we don't trust.
No.
Meathead.
We never did. Yeah, he's Dan Campbell. He was the original Dan Campbell. He's a meathead, dude.
But he didn't win.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was screaming at the TV, go for it again, meathead. You're so dumb, dude. He's selling his Super Bowl tickets and stuff. What a loser who's scalping stuff. Dude, where's he at? He's not even, he's so irrelevant. But probably coaching Pee Wee League flag football somewhere or something. But
that was not.
But no, so we are in the best situation, best possible scenario that we could have thought of last week. And I apologize for counting you out. Not really counting you out, but I didn't think we were going to win that game.
Well, I don't apologize for picking. I mean, I think hardly anybody picked us to win.
Yeah, no, yeah. So, -9.5. Should have took them with the spread.
On paper, and then looking at what the Vikings have done, like, again, X factor. Okay, JJ's coming back in, and then you only have the brief work history that he has to make a prediction. It's like, it's not.
There's no way anybody could have known
for us to pick Detroit to win that game. Like they should have won that game.
Yeah.
But now we got. And I feel like I'm in a good spot for my prediction. I think like the dynasty starts in 3 years.
Yeah.
We win our first one in 3 years.
Yeah.
With McCarthy, and then that's just when it starts.
His third year. I mean, his third year. Next year. So next year,
technically, it'd be his fourth year. I'm counting it his third year because
last year you're not counting at all. Like he's redshirted last year, basically. He's a freshman.
Yeah. So I'm counting it. So
this is what.
Not next season.
This is what.
25, 26, 20. The 27-28 season. So the Vikings win their first Super Bowl.
JJ's last year under contract. I mean, Jets last year under contract, and then we win it, and he signs the big extension, and he stays a Viking forever.
World record ranking, like the most expensive wide receiver contract ever.
Yeah, you bring Adam Thielen in as a consultant just so he can get a ring. You just put him on staff as a wide receivers coach so he can get a ring with the team. Yeah, absolutely, dude. You sign him to a one-day contract right at the end of the season or something.
I don't see this happening. I don't know how we can keep Pittman for that long, but I'd love it. Same thing. We just need to have him in there as a capacity.
Yeah. Bring him back as a consultant or
defenseman or whatever.
Well, he could be, bring him in as a coach again. Same thing. I mean, he still win. They still win rings. You know what I mean? Like coaching staff still gets rings. So you bring him in as the safety coach.
He won one with the Seahawks, I believe.
Who's that?
That's because Tavares Jackson, T-Jack.
Oh, T-Jack, yeah.
Yeah, he had one because it was a blowout, and so they put him in that last. He played one full series.
Really? Oh, wow.
The fourth quarter, because it was a blowout, and so I think like you can't just be on the roster. You have to like have actively played.
I don't
something
know.
like that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway,
Coaching
but
staff
he
gets enough.
is a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
TJ, yeah.
He is. He played in the Super Bowl.
He played in the
Full
Super Bowl. There
series.
you go.
He played a full series in the Super Bowl, and yeah, and they won. So that could happen with both Hitman or Thielen. As long as they get some
Yeah,
play
yeah,
time. And
yeah.
I just don't know if Harrison's not retired by then. I mean, that's
This could be his last season. I just don't.
been
I
saying
don't
that
know.
for 3 years.
Yeah, yeah. And he keeps saying that he's going to come back, basically, kind of for one more. But he's the one that's not going to have a big fanfare. He's just going to be like, "Yeah, I'm coming back," and then all of a sudden he'll be like, "I'm done," and that's it. He's going to go away. He's not going to make a big deal about this. Will be my last year, and no,
Oh, he'll
that's
do
not
it
it.
until
Yeah,
he just absolutely
he is
can't.
not
And
the
unless
drama
we unless the
queen.
team just straight up cuts him, which I just don't see because
I don't see that.
he's been on record multiple times
Yeah,
like, and has done it multiple times. Like he will restructure his contract, whatever it
yeah.
takes to keep him in purple.
And he's
I just
still.
don't
It's
see.
not like he's a detriment. Like we're trying to keep him because of who
No,
he
he's
is
still
in the
playing
history
well.
there.
I mean,
He
he's
still plays
out
at a
with
very high
some
level. Yeah,
soreness or
yeah,
injury or whatever this season, but like last season, we kind of talked about it, but he was still playing at a high level.
yeah,
So I just don't know how you played a high level, and then drop off. Like
yeah.
there's got to be a taper. So
And the
that's the
IQ, the IQ can carry you a long way too. I mean, obviously at that position, you still got to be able to physically get out there and do it and make the tackles and stuff like that. But he still is. But his IQ is off the charts. I mean, and he's able to
Oh,
put people in
man.
the right
I
spot
mean,
and
he
tell
could
people
be
look
a
for this or
position
look for that.
coach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like bring him in as the safeties coach, and he wins the ring as on the sidelines. But I'm sure he'd probably want to. He wants to be out there hitting somebody for sure. I don't know that he would do
Oh,
good
yeah.
as a coach, at least not in the beginning. But anyway,
He's awesome. He's awesome.
um,
I'm such a huge fan. I really gotta maybe I'll do that again. I gotta buy a custom Hitman jersey.
yeah, with
It's
just
hard
Hitman on
every
it.
time I've tried. I've gone and tried to buy one online, and I put in Hitman. It doesn't let me pick that. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's because it's like a flag term or something. Because it's like
do
if
it.
you
Do it. Try it with like instead of Hitman with like an I, put a
one.
symbol or something, or a one, or something like that, or instead of a T, put something else. You know what I mean? Like do it with like a symbol. But I don't know if you can get the jersey made with a symbol on the back, like a dollar sign or something like that. So exclamation point or something. But I don't know.
There's got to be somebody that can just do it though.
I think I
It's
have
just
a web.
online. I would have to go to like
Yeah,
an actual store, and be like, hey, here's what I want. They
I'm
wouldn't
pretty
fly
sure I
me.
have a website that'll do it. If it's from China, they're not going to care. How do they know? How do they know that's not your name?
Send me
Because you
that
can
link,
custom. I will. Yeah,
China.
because you can customize. I mean, I need to put another order in anyways because it takes like 6 weeks to get them. But they end up with shipping end up being like $25. This is a China, and this is like the real thing. Like when people see, they're like, dude, that's a sick jersey. I'm like, yeah, China, $16, $17. It cost me $25 ship, dude.
Slave labor. Let's go.
Yeah, but I don't care. This looks sick, dude. These look sick. So I can get a Hitman. I need to get a 22 anyways. I don't have only defensive player I have is Jared Allen, I think. So anyway. But okay, so
Next
we went up
week,
north, we did
Ravens.
the cash money. Yep.
Let's just do our predictions
Go
for
into the
next week.
Ravens.
What is the Ravens record?
They are I just looked it up. They are under 500, but Lamar has been hurt. I think they're 3-5. 3-5. Yeah, they're 3-5. And Lamar just got back this week, and they had a big game. So they smashed the Dolphins on Thursday night. Yeah, they smashed the Dolphins, which the Dolphins are a
Trash right now.
dumpster fire. They beat the Bears though, 30-16 without Lamar. I think it was I don't know. Flacco's in. Who is their
It
quarterback?
was Flacco, I think. I think it was.
No, Flacco's in
No.
the Browns, isn't he? No, it's Flacco the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
Or is he in
So yeah, it's
Cincinnati?
not Ravens.
Yeah, it's
It's
not the
not
Ravens.
Ravens. Yeah.
I can look it up real quick. They beat they got beat by the Rams 17-3. I think that is when Lamar got hurt that game, I do believe. Let's see what we have here as far as what is going on. Why can I not scroll down? There it is. Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, scored. That's Chicago. I want overview, team stats, passing yards, player stats, Bears, Ravens. Tyler Huntley was the quarterback for the Bears, which they beat them 30-16. He had 17 of 22 for 186 yards a couple weeks ago. But Lamar's back, and all that to be said, Lamar's back. They're 3-5. Lamar's back. They just destroyed Miami. Like I said, who's a dumpster fire. Miami just fired their GM. The head coach is probably next at the end of the season. They did. I think
Dude's
somebody.
an idiot, anyways.
Yeah, I think somebody said they made a comment that he is going to be the coach for the remainder of the season for sure. But he probably fired after that. But anyway, of course, Tyreek. That's Miami. Oh, that is Miami. Yeah, they're gone. But of course, that's a John Harbaugh team. So he's always got a great coach. The Ravens, perennial AFC powerhouses. The 3-5. That to me, that really means nothing. They could be 1-6, or 1-7.
Put us at even, but we're at home, so I'm going to give us the edge.
Yeah. As of right now,
is there a line on this game?
Yep. We can make that a new segment. What's the line? Walking the line. How about that? How about walking the line? Yeah, do a little Johnny Cash. We need to get more sound bites.
Buy like a hot button.
Little hot buttons. Yeah, hot buttons. Yeah. NFL. The early line for the Baltimore Ravens is Ravens minus 3.5. So it's a field goal on the road, though.
It's pretty.
So that really, like, we get 3 at home, so we should have been. It should be like a wash, but so they're kind of more like a 6, I would guess, but just because they're on the road. But yeah. So initially, I had it as a win. You had it as a loss. I am staying with the win. I will go first while you think and contemplate. I don't know that we're going to have huge number. I have a feeling that the defense scores on this one, or Price gets a special teams. We are going to score either defensively or on special teams. So I think that's going to bump us up to like a 20. 30. We're going to get 2 field goals, 27, 30. Yeah, up 30. We're going to score 24, 21, 24, 27, 21, 28, 31. 31, 24. That's 2 touchdowns, 21, 24, 27, 28, 31, 31, 31, 27. They have to score a touchdown to try to win. 31-27, we stay with the win.
31-27.
31-27. 31-27, 4-point win. 4-point win. Yeah, they have to score a touchdown and we stop them or something.
I'm going to go basically kind of the same. We're going to win by 3. Is it 27-24?
27-24. You want to change yours to a win? We win?
A win. I'm changing it to a win. Yeah.
Okay. Cross that out. Change to a win. 27-24. Win by a field goal. At the end of time, Will Carbajal. we got something in the works.
Carbajal kid. Yeah.
He wins it at the end with a. Did you see that guy from? Who was it? 68 new NFL record, and it was probably good from 70. The Jaguars. I think it was the Jaguars. 68 yarder. I don't know that Will's got that, but maybe 65.
Yeah, I don't think he had like that, but he's got the accuracy. I like his accuracy. And his 2 misses this year are controversial.
Yeah, 100% controversial. They hit things.
The wire, and the league won't fess up to it.
Acknowledge it. Yeah. I mean, does it really matter at this point? I think we won them both.
Twice? That's just a freak thing. It's never happened to a kicker ever, and it happens twice. The same guy.
Well, I think that both times it was, like they're rushing out on the field to get it like it's like a fire drill. It was I don't even know if we had a time. I know the first one for sure in London when we when we won, right? Or we won both of those games that he missed. But I think we did anyway. There's no timeout, that it was just run out there and kick it before we ran out of time, and they were like trying to get it out of the way and they couldn't get it out of the way fast enough or something like that. The last one, it's
still crazy. It's never happened.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Same guy.
Yeah.
Like that's
so it's insane. It's just that's just the curse that we have, especially with kickers. Don't even. Oh, the PTSD that just ran through my brain right there, dude. Just like all of a sudden, just like
definitely is still there every snap.
Saw the ghost of Gary Anderson standing in front of me with his one bar across his thing. Oh,
all right. Well, let's wrap it up. I'm glad JJ's back. It looks like if he can stay healthy, I think that's a big question mark with him. And then hopefully he does, and we just keep seeing him progress. And future's brilliant right now. I like where we're at.
Yeah. Feels good to be a Viking once again.
It change as fast as next week. So with that, I will leave you with this.
See you, bye.
And I tell you guys I love you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And that will never change. I will ride with this group until they don't let us play more games.